Hey everyone, I'm Harper. Just your typical 18-year-old high school senior from suburban Chicago. Or maybe not so typical. Did you finish your calculus homework? Mom called from the kitchen. Almost, I shouted back, furiously scribbling equations. Don't forget you've got your volunteering shift at the hospital tomorrow, Dad chimed in. I sighed. I know, it's all under control. That's basically my life. Study, volunteer, repeat. But honestly, I love it. Now, let me tell you about my sister, Vanessa. She's 22, in her final year of pre-med, and the golden child of the family. Perfect grades, perfect hair, perfect everything. Or at least that's what everyone else seems to think. Hey Squirt, still playing doctor with your little volunteer gig. Vanessa smirked, breezing into my room. It's called gaining experience, Vanessa. You should try it sometime, I shot back. She rolled her eyes. Please, I'm already top of my class. I don't need to play nursemaid to pad my resume. That's Vanessa for you, always comparing, always competing. I try not to let it get to me. I've got my own path to follow. Later at dinner, it was the usual Vanessa show. So Vanessa, tell us about your latest research project. Dad beamed as she launched into an impressive explanation of her groundbreaking work. Mom turned to me. Harper, why don't you do something like that? It would look great on your college applications. I forced a smile. I'm focusing on my hospital work right now, Mom. It's giving me real-world experience. That's nice, dear, she replied, already turning back to Vanessa's story. After dinner, I retreated to my room to work on my college applications. Johns Hopkins is my dream, and I'm determined to make it happen. Hey Harper, what you working on? My best friend Mike texted. Just polishing my personal statement for Hopkins. Want to read it? Sure, send it over. As I hit send, I heard Vanessa's voice from downstairs. Mom, Dad, guess what? I just got an internship offer from the Mayo Clinic. The house erupted in cheers. I sighed and turned back to my computer. Suddenly, my heart stopped. My applications, my personal statements, everything was gone. I stared at the screen, panic rising in my chest. No, I muttered, searching through every folder. How could this be happening? Grabbing my phone, I dialed Mike. Dude, I need your help. It's an emergency. Whoa, slow down, Harper. What's going on? My applications, they're gone. All of them. Can you come over? While waiting for Mike, Vanessa sauntered back into my room. Still working on those applications, little sis. You know, there's no shame in applying to community college. Not everyone can handle the pressure of med school. I gritted my teeth. Thanks for the advice, Vanessa, but I got this. She shrugged, a smirk playing on her lips. Just looking out for you. Wouldn't want you to be disappointed when the rejection letters start rolling in. Before I could respond, the doorbell rang. Thank God, Mike was here. As Mike worked his tech magic, Vanessa's words kept replaying in my head. Something felt off. Hey Harper, I think I found something, Mike said, his voice tense. These files weren't just deleted. They were accessed remotely and then wiped. My blood ran cold. What are you saying? Someone hacked your computer, Harper, Mike replied, and I think I know who. I followed his gaze to the screen. There, clear as day, was an IP address, Vanessa's laptop. No, she wouldn't, I whispered. But deep down, I already knew. I stormed downstairs, finding Vanessa in the living room with our parents. How could you? I shouted. You deleted my applications. Vanessa's face paled. Vanessa quickly composed herself. What are you talking about? Have you lost your mind? Don't lie, Vanessa. We traced it back to your laptop. You hacked my computer and deleted everything. I was shaking now, tears streaming down my face. Our parents looked bewildered. Dad stepped forward, trying to calm the situation. Girls, what's going on? Vanessa's composed facade cracked. You don't deserve it, she yelled. You think you can just waltz into med school and be better than me? I've worked my entire life for this. I stood there stunned. So he tried to ruin my future. My voice trembled. Because you're trying to steal my spotlight. Vanessa screamed, her voice breaking. It's always, Harper's so kind. Harper's so smart. What about me? I'm the one who's supposed to be the doctor in this family. Mom gasped. Vanessa, how could you say such things? But Vanessa was on a roll now, years of pent-up jealousy pouring out. You have no idea what it's like, always feeling like I have to be perfect. Always knowing Harper's right behind me, ready to take my place. Take your place. I was incredulous. I've never tried to compete with you, Vanessa. I just wanted to follow my own dreams. Dad stepped in, trying to mediate. Girls, please, we can work this out. Maybe we should consider family therapy. No, I cut him off, my voice steely. There's no therapy for this. Vanessa tried to destroy my future. I'm done. Harper, please, Mom pleaded. We're family. We can fix this. I paused at the doorway, my back to my family. Watch me. The days after the confrontation were a blur. I felt like I was drowning, watching my dreams slip away with each passing deadline. But I refused to let Vanessa win. Okay, team, I said, looking around at my friends gathered in my room. We've got a lot of work to do and not much time. We divided the tasks. Sarah would help me rewrite my personal statements, Alex would contact my teachers for new recommendation letters, and Mike would handle the technical side, making sure everything was submitted correctly. As we worked, my phone buzzed. It was Mom. I hesitated before answering. Harper, please come home, she said softly. We need to talk about this as a family. I took a deep breath. I can't, Mom. I need to focus on rebuilding what Vanessa destroyed. There was a long pause. We didn't know. We never saw. We're so sorry, Harper. A lump formed in my throat, but I pushed it down. I know, Mom, but I need to do this on my own now. As I hung up, Sarah squeezed my shoulder. You've got this, Harper. We believe in you. Days turned into weeks. We worked tirelessly, fueled by determination and countless cups of coffee. One afternoon, as we worked, Mike looked up from his laptop. Hey, what about this EMT certification program? He suggested, pointing at the screen. It's a year-long course. Could be a great experience before med school. I leaned in, intrigued. That actually looks amazing. I could get hands-on experience, really see if this is what I want. As I began to broaden my horizons, news from home trickled in. Vanessa's university had launched an investigation into her academic conduct. Apparently, her unethical behavior wasn't limited to sabotaging my applications. She's been put on academic probation, Dad told me during one of our weekly calls. His voice was heavy with regret. We had no idea things had gotten so bad. We failed both of you. I sighed, feeling a strange mix of vindication and sadness. We all have a lot to learn, Dad. But right now, I need to focus on my future. Months passed. I submitted applications to a range of schools and enrolled in the EMT program. The work was challenging, often grueling, but it ignited a fire in me that I never knew existed. Then, on a crisp spring morning, it happened. I was at the EMT station when my phone buzzed with an email notification. My hands shook as I opened it. Dear Harper Johnson, we are pleased to offer you admission to Stanford University School of Medicine with a full scholarship. I stared at the screen, tears filling my eyes as the weight of everything lifted from my shoulders. Despite everything, I had made it. I couldn't believe my eyes. Stanford with a full scholarship. I read the email 3 times before it finally sank in. Mike, I yelled, dialing his number. You're not going to believe this. As I shared the news with my friends and family, a weight seemed to lift off my shoulders. I had done it. Despite everything, despite Vanessa's betrayal, I had risen from the ashes and forged my own path. I couldn't help but wonder if Vanessa had heard about my acceptance. Part of me hoped she had, not out of spite, but as proof that her actions hadn't defined me. I had defined myself. Later that night, as I looked out at the stars, a sense of peace washed over me. This was just the beginning of my journey, and for the first time in a long time, I was excited to see where it would lead. The lecture hall buzzed with excitement as I gathered my notes. 2 years into Stanford Med, and here I was about to present my research to some of the brightest minds in emergency medicine. Taking a deep breath, I stepped up to the podium. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'll be discussing our findings on innovative triage techniques in mass casualty events. As I spoke, I caught sight of my parents in the audience, their faces beaming with pride. Our relationship had come a long way since the fallout with Vanessa. They had learned to celebrate my achievements without comparing me to her, to support me without suffocating. As the day wound down, I found myself surrounded by friends, colleagues, and family. Mike pulled me into a tight hug. You were amazing, he whispered. I looked around at the smiling faces, feeling that familiar sense of peace wash over me. This was where I belonged. This was the future I had fought for. A surge of excitement ran through me for what lay ahead. The road hadn't been easy, but it had led me exactly where I was meant to be. And that's the end of my story, everyone. Now I've got a question for you. If you were in my shoes, would you ever forgive Vanessa for what she did? Or are some betrayals just too deep to move past? Share your thoughts in the comments below.